you guys for the opportunity for having me here today. I know you guys had a great event going on. I won't keep you long. But Alan and Mr. Early's office, thank you for having me and inviting me here. They didn't pay me a dime to be here today. But basically, I have a story to share with you that will hopefully inspire somebody in this room and let them know that dreams are possible. Basically, throughout my life, I've gone through some things and some adversity where most of you are going to realize that there's two paths that you can choose. There's an easy path and there's a hard path. And throughout your life, if you choose to do the easy things, your life is going to be hard. But if you choose to do the things that are hard, your life will end up being easy. You'll end up being able to do and live and hopefully fulfill the dreams that you all are thinking and hoping that one day you'll get to do. One thing that I learned that I'm going to share with you in my story is a lifetime full of achievements can be ruined through one mistake. One mistake that I made in high school that I'm going to share with you that ultimately almost put me behind bars for the rest of my life. It shattered everything that I was working for. Judgment. A lot of you in this room right now are going through it, middle school, high school, trying to fit in. Realizing that everything you do, you're constantly being judged. How you look, how you dress, how tall you are, how smart you are, how strong you are, how you perform. But it's the things that people don't see that truly matters. It's not what others perceive of you, it's how you perceive yourself. And every single day when you wake up, you control how you wake up. You control where you want to be and how hard you're willing to work to be there. My dream when I was 7 years old was to be an NFL player. Now, if I walked around this room and asked every single one of you to stand up and tell me what your dream is, most of you will be scared to say it. Most of you will probably be laughed at. My whole life I was laughed at. Shawn, find something more realistic. I grew up in Shrewsbury. I went to Shrewsbury High School. I sat in the same chairs that you guys are sitting in right now. And nobody thought it was possible. The first people who are going to tell you what's not possible is going to be your family and your friends, not the people you don't know. It's about you believing in yourself and holding on to your dream and what you want to do to get there. So I fell in love with hard work. I didn't have all the God-gifted abilities. I didn't have the talents. I wasn't the best football player. I wasn't the tallest. I wasn't the strongest. I wasn't the fastest, but I refused to be outworked. I was always a leader. I was always a captain. I was always an all-star. But I was always one step behind. The one mistake came when I was 17 years old, coming home from the gym. Every single day I had been in the gym 7 days a week. That's where I lived. That was the one place that made me better. Coming off one of my best seasons in high school, I didn't play as a freshman. Sophomore year, I saw playing time on varsity. Junior year, I broke all the records at my high school. Team MVP, being named captain for my senior year. Coming home from the gym, kind of late. Two kids who were seniors when I was a junior were going to my neighbor's house for a party. The two kids were in a gang, so they start bickering at me, starts to escalate. They want to fight. My father, who's 65 years old at the time, comes outside the house. One of the kids in the altercation grabs a pipe, the other one grabs a crowbar, they start walking towards me. So my father stands in between us, he's trying to break the fight up. One of them cocks their hand back to hit my dad, so obviously I'm going to jump in front. As I jump in front, the kid hits me in the head with the pipe, I go down to a knee. Kid goes to kick me in the face, scoop him up, slam him on the pavement. As soon as I slam him on the pavement, kid goes into a coma. I have blood rushing down my face. I need 25 stitches on my forehead. I get rushed to the hospital to get stitched. From the hospital, I go right to a jail cell. I'm sitting in a jail cell. And I'm thinking, oh man, what is going to happen now? What's going to happen? I don't know, you know? What goes through your mind at 17 years old? You're sitting in a jail cell in a fight, you know this kid is in a coma, so state police show up. And they just start saying all this stuff to me that's basically telling me that I'm never getting out. Shawn, at 17 years old, we're charging you as an adult, we're charging you with a felony. We're charging you assault and battery with a deadly weapon, and the ground is your weapon, and if this kid doesn't wake up, you're facing manslaughter. All my dreams, everything I was working for, gone. Because of my ego. Because I wasn't willing to walk into my house. These kids started talking to me and challenging me to a fight. And instead of being the bigger person, I let my pride get the best of me. I took the challenge, and it led to me sitting in a jail cell and almost ruining my entire life. Gone. For 16 hours I sat in the jail cell, waiting and waiting and waiting, finally get transferred, go to a courtroom, to my mother and father sitting in the courtroom crying. Bail set at $100,000, can't afford it, right back in the jail cell, can't afford a lawyer, now I'm stuck, sitting there, gone. What's going through my mind? My life is over. 17 years old, charged as an adult, everything is just spiraling. Luckily, I had a friend, my Pop Warner coach, who was a lawyer, shows up, starts to tell me that hopefully I'll be able to get out. The judge will work with me, drop the bail. Never been in trouble before, never been in a fight before, but it didn't matter. I was the bigger kid. I was the football player. I was the guy they wanted to use as an example. But most people in that situation, the easy thing to do is find the excuse. Why me? Why is this happening to me? Get mad at everybody else. I get out on bail. The first call to my house is from my high school. Shawn, you cannot come back to high school tomorrow. You're kicked out. Kicked out of high school. Now I have to sit home every single day while everybody else gets to go to high school. You never know what matters in life until things start getting taken away from you. That's when you start to realize what truly matters. I never knew school truly mattered. School is important. School is the key to your success. School is the one platform that was going to give me an opportunity to show my talents on a football field. How was I going to do that sitting at home? So my father got me a job the next day for a tree company. $5 an hour. It didn't matter about the money. Every single morning at 6 a.m., I showed up. Accountability to that job, made sure I was on time, made sure I was early, and I made sure I worked as hard as I possibly could, but I turned all the excuses that I wanted to make for myself, instead of sitting home and feeling bad for myself, I was going to use that to motivate myself to prove every single person wrong. I was going to use all the anger and the hate that I had to work as hard as I possibly could to prove every single person wrong. So every single day I would show up to this tree company. We'd cut a tree down, I would pick the log up, and I would run as fast as I could to the truck. And as fast as I could all day long. Every day, angry, thinking about the next time I was going to step foot on a football field. So eventually the case is going by. I have to go to court every single week. I'm on probation. Other kids don't have to go to court once. 2 kids that I was in a fight with don't get charged with anything. They came to my house with weapons. Both of them were 18. They're still in school the next day. They're still in school. And I'm home. You know how angry I was? But there's nothing I can do. I'm helpless. There's nothing you can do. You can do nothing to change the past, but you can affect your future by what you do right now. You can hold grudges about the past. You can be as angry as you want. It doesn't do anything for you. You control your future by what you do right now. So that's what I did. I lived in the moment. What was I going to do right now? Work as hard as I possibly could to prepare myself for my next opportunity. So eventually I got the opportunity to stand in front of the judge to plead guilty to assault and battery, which I knew I wasn't guilty of. Assault and battery, found guilty. Shawn, it will be dropped if you don't get in any trouble for 2 years. Of course I'm not going to get in any trouble. One mistake almost ruined my life. But I had to learn the hard way. So now I'm back in high school. Can't wait to step foot in the football field. I went from 200 pounds to 225 pounds, best shape of my life. Nobody was ready. Worcester Telegram and Gazette show up to write a story on me? My coach says, no, we don't want to give him any publicity. Go write it on somebody else. Angry. Now I'm getting more angry. Shawn, you can't be a captain this year. You can't go out to the middle of the field. We don't want you to represent the team for what happened. Okay, that's fine. That whole season, every single game that went by, I used that as motivation. My team went 13-0. We were Massachusetts state champs. I was the best player in Massachusetts. I was named Massachusetts Player of the Year. I broke every record at my high school. Team MVP. Nobody touched us. You know what happened when Division I schools started coming to my school? Coaches told them I wasn't good enough and I had a felony charge. They walked right out. Right out. Best player in Massachusetts, and I can't go Division I because I'm not good enough. So then the Division II, Division III schools came knocking. But something really important clicked in my mind. And this is something you guys are going through now. My father, since I was a little boy, because everybody lives in a different household. Not everybody has the same opportunity. Not everybody's family makes the same money, but he would always say the clothes don't make the man makes the clothes. Now that's very important, because a lot of you think you have to wear the fancy stuff to fit in, or you have to dress a certain way, or you have to act a certain way. No. You make what clothes you wear. Now I applied that to the school, because I always thought that Division I was the only way that I was going to go to the NFL, but no. The school is not going to make me who I am. I'm going to make the school. I'm going to make Merrimack College. So I chose Merrimack College. Never had an NFL player go to the NFL before. I stepped foot on the campus freshman year. Don't play it down. Sitting on the bench. Everybody, when they go to college, wants to party. Everybody wants to have a good time. Everybody is a product of your environment. It's who you surround yourself with that depends on how successful you're going to be. You surround yourself with the people who want to party, who want to do bad things, who want to make bad choices. You're going to keep doing those things. It's a never-ending circle. You're never going to get out of it. Surround yourself with the people that work hard, who want to be great, who do the right things, and you're going to do those things. So I hung out with the kids who wanted to lift weights, who were hungry, who wanted to study, who did their homework, who wanted to go to class, not skip class. I made a lot of sacrifices. During the summer, everybody went to the beach, everybody partied. I was in the weight room. I stayed home. Everybody out all night. I'm in bed by 9 o'clock. Sophomore year came. Starting linebacker. #1 linebacker in the country that year. All-American. Broke every record at my college. Now the NFL teams come knocking. Junior year comes. I'm still rolling. #1 player in the country again. Broke all my own records. 2-time All-American now. Now the NFL teams really come knocking. Senior year, I had an NFL team at every single practice. Every single day when I was in class, my phone is blowing up. Shawn, the Raiders are here. Shawn, the Jets are here. Shawn, the Patriots are here. I'm getting pulled out of class. I'm going to NFL interviews with teams every single day. My dreams are going to come true. It's possible. Shawn Loiseau from Shrewsbury High School. 5 years before that, sitting in a jail cell. Nobody thought it was possible. Kicked out of high school. I fell in love with doing the right things, and everything else fell into place. It's crazy, but it's true. You cannot get caught up with the environment you're in, and you cannot get caught up with doing the bad things. Everybody's going to go through adversity in their life. It's how you respond to it. It's what you do with your time. Everybody is going to make the excuse that they don't have time. You always have time. We all have 24 hours during the day. It's how you use it. It's how you use it. My senior year, I showed up to the NFL Combine. 350 players across the country get invited to go to this thing. I'm sure you guys see it on TV. You get to run your 40-yard dash, measure how high you can jump, how far you can jump, how many times you can bench press. Only 3 players in the whole country from Division II got invited, and I got invited to go to this event. I represented Merrimack College. I was the first player, not only in Merrimack College history, but in Northeast 10 Conference, which is 10 schools, to go to the NFL Combine, be looked at to go to the NFL, and make the NFL. I played in the NFL for 3 years. I've been cut 5 times. I've signed 5 $1 million contracts. When I was in high school like you guys, you know that piece of paper, maybe you guys haven't seen it yet, but there's a piece of paper that will come across senior year, best smile, best looking, who's going to be the most successful. I didn't make one of those things, and I didn't care. I didn't want to be the most popular kid. The average football play is 7 seconds. That's what I would study. 7 seconds. Nobody would outwork me or consistently beat me to the football every play, and nobody would outwork me for 7 seconds. Ever. Ever. No way. No how. That's what I fell in love with. But you know what? All those kids that went out and partied, best smile, most popular, all those kids probably still live at home with mom and dad right now. They all did the bad things, made the bad choices. I own my own business. I played in the NFL for 3 years. I own a Lamborghini. But I wasn't on any of those sheets. I didn't do any of those things. I made all the sacrifices. I'm 26 years old, and I look back, and I made it to where I am today because of what I had to go through. So every single one of you in this room today has a dream. You have something that you're thinking about, somewhere you want to go. And it's possible. It's possible. Thank you very much for having me here today. You guys have any questions?